Regardless how talented an executive might be, does it almost not matter who it is at some point when one person's running it for that long, it's time for a change?
I think change is good in management because it also creates opportunity to go in new directions. You can't just stay in the old directions. I'm not wild about the fact that it is so expensive now to go to Disneyland or Walt Disney World. I'm not wild about the fact that it's harder than ever to have everybody be a VIP at a Disney park because they're selling certain things.
Okay.
Bingo.
Exactly. This
Michael Eisner's mentality. And if you read my article, guys, on that Park Place, you'll see when I talk about this at length. Michael Eisner's mentality was everyone's a VIP regardless of what they paid to get in here. We treat everyone like a VIP, and that is gone in the modern Disney parks. There are very much VIPs and Ps.
Right. Well, they have traded something that was a universal American experience, and they've turned it into an experience for only the super rich.
Mm-hmm.
And as the distance grows between economic disparity is something that's not really contemplated as much in politics unless things are getting pretty bad. And right now, if you have a class that can go to Disney or is using all of their prosperity to essentially stay in poverty, but also go to the parks because that's almost like it's their therapy. It becomes a little too important for those people. That's a really dangerous situation for Disney to be in. It pushes people out of the idea that, oh, we're going to do this as an entire family. In some ways, it makes it more important because if it does happen, you've moved heaven and earth to get there to do it. Whereas in the Eisner era, you could get an annual pass and go frequently. I mean, I think annual passes were like $250 at the time that my family got them. Unbelievably cheap at that point. And I think that maybe there were blackout dates, but we never really came across them. Like it was like Christmas week.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was back then you could not pay more to enhance the Disney experience. Everyone got the same experience. Now you could get a VIP tour or you could do stuff like that, but there was nothing like fast pass, like Lightning Lane Premier Pass where you could just pay a premium to skip away from all the plebeians waiting in line. Everyone had access. Everyone had the same chance to get a fast pass. When the park opened, you ran to the fast pass machine and you got your fast passes for the day. Or when Fast Pass Plus hit, you could make your reservations X amount of days out, and then you were set for your day. This was ridiculous.
Right.
Like what they have done is ridiculous, turning it into a thing where you can pay now it's to the point where the base ticket is not enough to have a positive experience. We don't pick you up at the airport anymore. We don't take your bags anymore. You don't have fast pass anymore. We don't give you turn down service every day anymore. These are all things that have sapped value out of Disney while also raising the price. But oh, by the way, you could pay us to $200 per trip to take you to and from the airport, or you could pay us to skip all the lines. Like all of a sudden they have made it so that if you are fabulously wealthy, you can pay to play.
Right. And really that takes it from being a universal experience to being a luxury good. And that's really not good for the company itself. Because it takes Disney from something that every child is to it becomes aspirational, which is really dangerous because then if you have the common sense people, they're going to go, okay, well, what are we going to do? Well, we're going to go to a regional park. It's not the difference between getting a watch and getting a nice watch. It's just so out of touch. And I'm also going to point this out because this is something that shocked me, and I know I've said it several times on live streams, but Bob Iger specifically said on the latest earnings call that when he started at the company, the parks represented such a small amount of the percentage of what the company makes, and he quote unquote fixed the parks. And the people who helped him do that were Josh D'Amaro and Bob Chapek. So this is something that Josh Tomorrow has no option but to continue down this path. So this is not something that is ever going to be put back. This is something that
I
is
legitimately don't understand the people who are like, let's give Josh Tomorrow a chance, guys. He could do really well. He could be the greatest CEO of all. I'm like, no, we know who this guy is already.
Yeah. I think that he'll be in charge of some things that they may end up being better. The best thing that he can do is slow down the path of the company as far as all of this goes. James Alday, Iger fixed the parks all right. Yeah. In the same way that Scruffy was fixed.
I was just going to make that joke.
The things that I would do differently, but I don't think I would run it as well as Bob is running it.
In interview,
What a loaded statement. He's doing things I wouldn't do, but he's doing them well.
I honestly think that he knows that if he comes off too anti-Bob Iger in these interviews, he's going to get dragged.
Oh, yeah.
And I wouldn't be shocked if him and Bob Iger have some kind of agreement between the two of them to not like bash each other.
Yeah. I will say Iger praised Eisner in his book. So, and then that's 15 years out of after the fact. So, enough time has passed that he probably could have bashed him and been okay with it. He also bashed Roy Disney, which I think was on a personal level, which is like, oof, why are you doing that, man?
Iger
with Mike O.
Disney?
Yeah, kind of implied he was a talentless and trading off of his uncle and his dad's name. Not classy at all.
Thanks for watching That Park Plays News. For more information, consider checking out www.thatparkplace.com. And don't forget to subscribe, share, like, and send this out on your favorite social media accounts.